Well, Joey, thanks so much for taking some time for us today. And first, before we talk racing, I want to catch up with you mainly about the event you had yesterday evening, the Heroes Night Out with over 3,000 first responders and their families. Tell me a little bit about this event you put on with your foundation.
Yeah, well, this whole fund, this $1 million fund for the COVID-19 response and recovery, all started, when this pandemic started. And we blew through that $1 million pretty quick as we spent it going into our community, helping people out. But then we also thought it was very important to say thank you for the people that were there for us throughout this crisis and as we're still going through it. And we wanted to do something special, something outside of the box. And we did the biggest parking lot party you've ever seen. We had Lee Bryce there and was able to bring a bunch of frontliners from the medical industry there and let them just take their mind off of everything that's been going on and take a minute to enjoy it and show that we appreciate the people that are there when we need them the most, right? Like when you're in those tough times and you have to go to the hospital or the doctors, whatever it is, you rely on these people. And we take that for granted so often. I'm guilty of that for sure. And so this was a great opportunity for them to have a good night, listen to some music, a movie, some fireworks, and it ended up going really well. I wish I was there. I was here racing, so the timing of it didn't work out well. This sounds like 2020 in general at this point, but it was a great evening.
And how rewarding is that for you? I know you do a lot of, obviously, charitable efforts, but for you to give back to the community, especially through such a tumultuous year that it has been.
Yeah, I guess I don't really think of it as rewarding for me. I just wanted to do something to give back, to do the right thing. Like I said, with the fund itself, we were able to touch so many lives of people that are going through this pandemic. And obviously, everyone's situation is different, right? If you have kids and you relied on food from school, right? And now maybe you got laid off from your job and feeding your family becomes a real big problem, right? And things that we never thought in February would be a problem really showed up in everyone's lives. And, I feel like everyone that supports the Joey Logano Foundation, was able to come together and find ways to impact people's lives. And like I said, as much as we want to help people, we also want to say thank you to the others that are helping.
Very impactful event, it sounds like, indeed. I do want to talk a little racing now. You're out in Dover, had a top 10 performance yesterday, highest finisher of the Penske Trio. What did you learn that you can apply for today's event?
Well, we obviously learned a lot, and I was able to spend a lot of time last night going through things. And that's the nice part about these double headers is, as soon as the race is over, you're straight back into your computer trying to look at the data, any information you can find of how other cars race, where our weaknesses were, communicate through these video chats back to the team and how to make our car better for today. And everyone's doing the same thing. I assume the fast cars will still be fast, but I think the field will be a little bit tighter as everyone is able to adjust on their car, without practice, and then being able to have a race immediately after ends up being something that helps out a lot. So we're trying some things today, making quite a few changes because you might as well, right? It's the only time you have a chance to change something. So we might as well make some changes and see if it's better.
Quickly, I know we've done a lot of the double headers, but at a racetrack like this, that's mentally, physically taxing on the drivers, what do you think that's going to be like day 2 of racing at the Monster model?
Yeah, I think we should be okay. I mean, we were kind of joking about it last night. I said, even though this race was, 90 laps or so shorter than what we typically run, it still feels really long. Dover's just a race that just feels long. It's a grueling racetrack. It's physically demanding, not only on the drivers, but on the cars as well. So making sure that everything is back tight, changed what's needed, in between last night and today's race, is very crucial. And rehydrating, getting your body back to where it needs to be. I kind of thought it was going to be like running an Xfinity race and then a Cup race the next day, right? Used to do the double headers in that way. And honestly, yesterday's race is quite a bit longer than what the Xfinity races were. And I said, wow, this takes you a little bit more to recover. So I feel good. I got some good rest and hydrated back up, ready to go.
That's great news indeed. Well, best of luck to you today, and also great work with your initiatives with your foundation as well. Thanks, Joey.
Thank you very much. Have a good one.
For the best access, perspective, and personalities in all of sports, follow us at Fox Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
For more great NASCAR on Fox content, subscribe to our channel. It's somewhere right around here.